welcome to Arts Alive. We're doing our Christmas celebration show today, so we hope you'll enjoy. And we're going to start the music off with Al Destin.
I'm sure everybody will know these things. Here we go. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight. We're walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, and here to stay is a new bird. They sing a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we could build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. And you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we meet by the fire to speak unafraid to the path we made, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we could build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you could do the job when you're in town. And later on we'll conspire as we meet by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. This is one of my favorites. It comes from the musical that Judy Garland was in, Meet Me in St. Louis. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, your troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, your troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are near to us, they're so dear to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. A merry little Christmas now.
Hi, I'm Lloyd.
And I'm Marie from South Coast Community Chorale.
We're here to wish you happy holidays and to invite you to our winter concert this December 17th, Sunday at 2 p.m. at St. Bernadette's Parish, the Old Notre Dame in Fall River on 529 Eastern Avenue.
Some of the selections that we'll be singing are from Handel's Messiah, and that would include the Hallelujah Chorus, an all-time favorite. Also, we will do some pop type of music, such as the First Noel, and others that you may be familiar with.
And Marie, let me interrupt. Folks, if you want to get your tickets, go to Eventbrite online or check us out on Facebook, South Coast Community Chorale. We sing every year in Fall River. You'll see all kinds of references to us online. So check us out, Facebook or Eventbrite, and we look forward to seeing you this holiday season. Thank you.
Happy holidays.
And now it's my pleasure to welcome Tony Rocha, a longtime and very good musician in this area.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. Arts Alive, it's our show. And you're going to play a number of that you wrote.
Yes.
And also a standard that we
Yeah.
both love. I'll Be Home for Christmas, so. Stage is yours, hon.
You know, most of us who grew up with Santa Claus remember going to bed and having trouble getting to sleep. So this is this is about that whole thing of
Process.
yeah, the whole process of and it's called the longest night of the year because it is the longest.
It is the longest night, yeah.
So. Outside the snow is deep, wind blowing and I can't sleep. Happens to be Christmas Eve. That I cannot tell, thinks it sounds like a jingle bell. Maybe the ice in the trees. It's the longest night of the year, waiting for Santa to appear. Lying in my bed, listen for the jolly man in red. What is that I hear? Could it be the wind or reindeer? The longest night of the year is Christmas Eve. I hear the clock strike one, through the chimney down he'll come, spreading the toys neath the tree. I hope he got my note, and he thinks all the things I wrote. Oh, how happy I'll be. It's the longest night of the year, waiting for Santa to appear. Lying in my bed, listen for the jolly man in red. What is that I hear? Could it be the wind or reindeer? The longest night of the year, it's Christmas Eve. I know he won't come until I finally fall asleep, but I've already counted maybe 500,000 sheep, and every time I close my eyes, think I hear a noise. Sounds like it could be old Saint Nick with his great big bag of toys. I've got to go to sleep, hope the roof is not too steep. What if he can't find my house? I'll try to close my eyes and dream of a sleigh that flies. Where are you now, Santa Claus? It's the longest night of the year, waiting for Santa to appear. Lying in my bed, listen for the jolly man in red. What is that I hear? Could it be the wind or reindeer? The longest night of the year, it's Christmas Eve. It's the longest night of the year, it's Christmas Eve. It's the longest night of the year, it's Christmas Eve.
Very nice. I like that.
Thank you.
Longest night of the year.
The
So
longest
true.
night of the year.
You can put yourself back those many years ago.
Yeah, I can actually. Still remember that.
Yeah. You know, you really didn't want to go to sleep because, after all, you didn't want to miss the visit.
No, well, you're trying to fall asleep, but at the same time, everything is,
Yeah.
everything is like,
You're
oh,
super
was that-
active.
Was that it? Was it,
Yeah, yeah. So how did you get involved with guitar and playing and all that?
This group from England showed up,
Oh,
named the Beatles.
Right.
And I've always loved music. I was about 15 years old, and I said to one of my buddies in the neighborhood, I said, you know, I might get a guitar. He said, well, Georgie's got one he might sell you. So I bought this guitar from Georgie for $3.
And you started.
And a buddy of mine taught me a couple of chords, and I took it from there.
Yeah,
So
very good. Now we have another number, a World War II anthem song.
yes, this is written during World War II. This one always I find very moving.
Beautiful song. Many of our viewers, I'm sure, will know it.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Trees bring snow and mistletoe and presents by the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Sprinkling snow and mistletoe and presents by the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams.
And still so appropriate for
Yeah.
so many of our young men and women who
Unfortunately,
are.
unfortunately.
We'll be right back. Steve Manchester is here, the well-known local author, and his new book is The Thursday Night Club, Christmas Stories, Memories of Christmas, and he's going to do a reading for us.
So 3 novellas in one collection. One of them is called The Tinfoil Manger, which I wrote for my mother over the summer. And this kind of captures some of, the local flavor of Christmas, right, in 4 of us. So, small white lights illuminated the trees that retained a hint of green. Cars with pine trees secured to their roofs with ropes slipped down the slushy street. Children were bundled against the bitter coals, scarves concealing everything but wide eyes peering out. Without fail, one of the kids would always hit Papa's car with a snowball, and he'd always stop and pretend to give chase, balling up snow and throwing it back at the kids. He laughed so hard doing that, Nancy recalled. They'd stop for cups of hot chocolate while the festive music of Nat King Cole swooned in the background. If Papa had his say, though, we'd be listening to Elvis Presley's Blue Christmas album. The air was cold, and little Nancy got a kick out of the steam that escaped her mouth when she talked. It looks like I'm smoking, just like Papa. The sky was dark, but a pretty dark, gray mix with splashes of pink and purple. Feels like more snow's coming, Papa would say before turning up the collar on his woolen coat. He was like a fortune teller, because not 2 minutes later, Nancy watched as the first snowflake flooded to the ground. And then another. A minute later, there were thousands dancing around in the air, tickling her red-button nose and blanketing the filthy ground. After stopping at Jack and Harry's, an old 5-and-dime department store, to buy Mama's Christmas gift, they returned home to the distinct smell of cinnamon filling the house. Mama's making her magic in the kitchen, Papa said, before taking a knee in front of the fireplace. Within minutes, small orange flames began licking the cold out of the living room. Mama came out of the kitchen, wiping her hands on her faded red and green striped apron, leaving behind 2 white flower handprints. "So where did you two go?" she asked, looking directly at Nancy. Nancy half opened her mouth before looking toward her father for help. "It's our secret," Louise, Papa said, "and you'll have to wait until Christmas to find out."
Oh, so nice.
Thank you.
Oh, isn't that a beautiful excerpt from the story?
Thank you.
Now, what's the title of that one?
This one's called The Tinfoil Manger. So there are 3
Oh, the
stories.
Tinfoil Manger,
Right.
yeah.
So the first is the Thursday Night Club. The second novella is A Christmas Wish, and the final one is A Tinfoil Manger. And I actually wrote it this summer. We did a week in Martha's Vineyard, and I actually wrote it during a vacation week, and I wrote it for my mother. I didn't expect that the publisher would want to do a collection, so
Nice idea,
yeah,
really.
it really
Yeah,
was.
it
And
is.
I'm excited about the project. I really am.
Well, you should be, and you should
Yeah.
be very proud of your successes,
Thank you,
and
Karen.
we wish you a Merry Christmas. It's my pleasure now to introduce 2 of the first violinists at the Fall River Symphony, Andrew Safiolis and Rodrigo Oliveira, and they're going to play a couple of numbers from their upcoming concert on December the 10th. You want to tell the audience a little more about that concert, Andrew?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Andrew Safiolis. I am a first violinist, as Kathy had said, with the Fall River Symphony, and I am the personnel manager for the symphony, as well as I sit on the board. And we have, that is correct, we have our second concert of the season, which is our holiday concert, that is going to be coming up Sunday, the 10th of December at 3 p.m. here at BCC. It is a collaboration with the South Coast Community Chorale under the direction of, their group is under the direction of Frank Wilheim, and our symphony, as many of you know, is under the direction of Maestro Ray Daniels. And the program includes many holiday classics, in addition to Tchaikovsky. We have Irving Berlin Christmas compilation music, and we very much look forward to bringing you quite the program. Rimsky-Korsakov, the Christmas Eve suite is also on the program. So we hope you'll join us on, again, the 10th of December, which is a Sunday.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Now to the music.
Okay, we're going to
What do you
play.
play?
We're going to play What Child Is This, otherwise known as Greensleeves, and Jesu, a Bach piece, Joy of Man's Desiring, following that. Followed by, again, Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring by Bach.
now it's my pleasure to welcome David Mello, children's librarian in the Fall River Public Library System and talent extraordinaire. Just finished a performance locally for a little theater of Annie as Daddy Warbucks. Outstanding performance, and as he was just mentioning, he had no facial hair and no head hair for that show, and here he is today.
Yep. It grew
Grown
back.
in, it grew back, right. So David is going to do The Night Before Christmas for us in his top hat and all.
Pleasure.
Yes. So you want to tell a little bit about the show, about the book rather? I'm sorry.
Yes. No Christmas gathering is complete, in my opinion, without sharing The Night Before Christmas.
For sure.
And written by Clement Clark Moore, and as legend would have it, it was written on a sleigh ride on his way to do some Christmas shopping for his children.
Really?
And he wanted this poem to be a Christmas gift as well for his children. Little did we know it would become a Christmas gift for everyone throughout the world.
Exactly.
And it was written in 1823, but didn't get much of attention. It was only given to a local newspaper. I believe it was the Troy Centennial in New York for publication that year, anonymously. It was submitted by a friend. And it had such an impact on the readers that they printed it up the following year and the following year. And then newspapers throughout the area began to publicize it every Christmas, printed up in their newspapers, but still anonymous. Clement Clark Moore received no notoriety for his piece. And then it was 14 years later, in 1837, that it was published in a collection of his works. And for the first time under his name, and the rest is legend. And very rarely is there a gathering at Christmas time around a Christmas tree or a fireplace or any gathering at the Fall River Public Library, for that matter,
Absolutely.
without sharing Clement Clark Moore's classic. And so it's my pleasure to share with you and your watchers The Night Before Christmas.
Thank you.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When, out on the lawn, there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon, on the breast of the new-fallen snow, gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, and a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, now Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the house-cot tops his coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each tiny hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his sack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of an eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work. He filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, then laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. And I heard him exclaim, ere he rode out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. The Night Before Christmas by Clement Clarke Moore.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And a Merry Christmas to you.
And a Merry Christmas to all. It's my pleasure now to introduce Mike Kudo, no stranger to the show. And today he brings along his beautiful daughter, Lisa, and they're both going to do some numbers for us, some songs. Michael is doing something that he wrote for Christmas, kind of a celebration on memories, I guess I would call it, of New Bedford. Very pretty number.
Yeah, I did a Christmas show last December at the Wamsutta Club in New Bedford for the South Coast Centers for Cancer Care in Fairhaven.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And it was a fundraiser for them. And Ronnie and Rosanna Camioni, who asked me to be part of it, they came to one of my shows, and I sang an old Christmas song that I had written years ago called I Want Dinero. It was a fun song.
Yeah.
So, and as they were leaving, Ronnie says, you should write a new one. And that inspired me to start thinking about what I would write about. And then it dawned on me, you know, I should write about how Christmas used to be, especially in this area. So I've got a song called Old New England Christmas. It goes like this. I've been singing songs of Christmas for my whole life. I've seen chestnuts really roasting on a flame. I've been on sleigh rides on a country road, harmonized the first Noel, but somehow Christmas doesn't seem the same. And I've been getting quite nostalgic for the days gone by. Though the holidays are special, still I find if I could turn back time for just one moment, I'd celebrate the Christmas in my mind. I want an old New England Christmas in my city by the bay. I want to walk those busy sidewalks on Purchase Street and greet those smiling shoppers on their way. I want an old New Bedford Christmas, my hometown on the shore. I want to hear familiar voices in the hallway singing Faz favor abrir a porta at my door. Faz favor abrir a porta at my door. I could be sipping cocoa at the bar in Woolworths, taking Star Store escalators floor to floor. Salvation Army bells on every corner, and the scent of roasting from the peanut store. Would you save my favorite table at Ray's restaurant, then to Carter's for a pair of winter gloves? We could catch in a movie at the State Theater, you know, a Disney one that everybody loves. I want an old New England Christmas in my city by the bay. I want to walk those busy sidewalks on Purchase Street and greet those smiling shoppers on the way. I want an old New Bedford Christmas in my hometown on the shore. I want to hear familiar voices in the hallways singing, faz favor abrir a porta at my door. Faz favor abrir a porta at my door. Now the mannequins in cherries, they're dressed for winter. In the days when window shopping was in vogue, the railway buses lined up at the station, filling up with shoppers heading home. Now the lights at La Salette help me remember, and the train at Edaville still makes me sigh. It's like Norman Rockwell is sitting on my shoulder, painting pictures right before my eyes. I want an old New England Christmas in my city by the bay. I want to walk those busy sidewalks in my hometown, greet those smiling shoppers on the way. I want an old New Bedford Christmas in my hometown on the shore. I want to hear familiar voices in the hallway singing, faz favor abrir a porta at my door. Faz favor abrir a porta at my door. I want an old New England Christmas once more.
Here's hoping, Michael. Here's hoping that you get one. Lisa,
Yes,
you have a number for us?
I do
You
have
wanna-
a number.
Okay.
17.
17.
We're both left-handed. Isn't that wonderful that I passed that
Well, it
along?
certainly
That's the only
is.
thing she got from me. You can tell by her looks that she didn't get her looks from me, huh, Steve? You can tell. You can tell.
I'm a little smarter than him.
I
too.
was just, no, wait a minute. I was just a carrier.
Except for
Don't poke
math.
me in the
Oh,
You're a
nose.
sorry.
carrier.
Yes, this is my dad, so now you
Well-
know what I've been through.
Well, I'm sure you got some of your music ability from your
I
dad.
think I did.
Yeah.
I think I got all of it from my dad, and I think I
Yeah.
also got my writing ability from my dad.
There you go.
And
She writes a lot of music.
yeah, yeah, it's been great playing with him and learning from him over the years.
Well, I can brag. She was Singer-Songwriter of the Year in Rhode Island in
Actually-
2013.
That's right, I do remember
Motif
that. Yes,
Magazine.
I
It was
do,
actually
right.
vocalist.
Vocalist, I'm
Vocalist of the year.
so
Yep, that's
sorry.
okay.
That's great.
Singer-songwriter would be
I'd have taken either one of those.
Anyone's good. But no, I came up with this nice version of Drummer Boy, and it's actually a lot of fun to play, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. It goes a little something like this. Come, they told me, pum, 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 pum. Newborn king to see, pum, 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 pum. Our finest gifts
Very nice, Lisa. Beautiful
you.
version, yeah.
Thank
Very,
you.
very nice.
I've been Christmas shopping and you know I've been in 13 stores. I got 7 miles on these old legs going in and out those doors. I got a VCR for my cousin Tony, sell hockey sticks and pucks. And I spent 3 days trapped in that mall and I spent $3,000. I don't know about you, Kathy, but when I was younger, on Christmas Eve I circulate with friends and family. I love them, though I hardly understand their gifts to me. I got socks and shorts and 13 quarts of 5 different colognes, 14 Ronco kitchen gadgets and a fruitcake for my own. I want dinero, just give me the money. No necktie, honey, no shoes from Kmart. English leather won't make my bell jingle. Just slip a few singles in a Christmas card. The day right after Christmas, I was back inside that mall, returning all the gifts I got that were too large or small. And it seemed that half the population was there, so I could tell. And I could detect frustration on their faces as well. Then I saw a large commotion just outside a Radio Shack. And I saw my cousin Tony trying to get my money back. And all my friends and relatives were there for me to see, exchanging all the presents that they all got from me. I want the dinero, just give me the money. No necktie, honey, no shoes from Kmart. Aqua Velva will make my bell jingle. Just slip a few singles in a Christmas card. Christmas card. In a Christmas card.
Few hundreds.
Now it's hundreds. But that song goes back a ways. So.
Cute, yeah, very cute.
All right,
Okay,
thank you
we're
so
good.
much for
Thank
inviting
you.
us.
Thank you so much
and we
for
wish you a
coming.
Merry Christmas.
The same to you. Feliz Natal.
Feliz Natal. Oh, look at
Feliz
that.
Ano Novo.
Maria's Christmas. Obrigado.
We hope you enjoyed our holiday production here at Bristol Community College, Fall River Cable Access. And so I am wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a new year filled with good health and happiness. That's coming from me and my buddy here, my little Bill Jones.